Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching NDTV. Prime Minister Narendra Modi officially commissioned the Vizhinjam International Seaport in Kerala on Friday in the presence of Chief Minister of Kerala, Pinarayi Vijayan, and senior Congress leader, also Thiruvananthapuram MP Shashi Tharoor, whose presence at the inauguration, Prime Minister Modi said, will give sleepless nights to many. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also referred to Mr. Vijayan as a pillar of the opposition India Bloc. The Prime Minister also said that the message has reached those that it was intended for. Now, all of this was just a jibe, part of his larger speech on India's growing economy and potential. Now, the Congress party has hit back, saying that it's the BJP that will have sleepless nights as the party will continue to hold the Prime Minister and the BJP accountable for issues such as Pahalgam terror attack and also the newly announced caste census. So the questions we ask tonight: who exactly is losing sleep? Is it the Congress High Command? Is it the opposition's fragile unity? Or is it the BJP? Was Dr. Tharoor's presence at a Prime Minister event a political misstep, or was it just a reflection of how it's important to choose governance over politics? Does Prime Minister Narendra Modi's remark also expose the soft underbelly of the India Bloc, the opposition India Bloc? Too many leaders, too little coordination, a lot of thought and not that much action. That's what we try and discuss tonight. We will be joined by a panel of experts, but first, here are some reactions that happened throughout the day.
हमारे मुख्यमंत्री जी से भी मैं कहना चाहूंगा, आप तो इंडी अलायंस के बहुत बड़े मजबूत पिलर है। यहां शशि थरूर भी बैठे हैं और आज का ये इवेंट कई लोगों की नींद हराम कर देगा। कल मैसेज चला गया जहां जा रहा था।
I don't know on what ground Prime Minister is saying like this. But really, now what is going to happen in this country? The Prime Minister will have a sleepless nights. Not the India Alliance parties, not Rahul Gandhi, not the Congress party. Because we are going to put maximum pressure on him on this issue of caste census.
Well, joining us now is Dr. Shama Mohammed of the Congress Party. We have Anil Anthony of the BJP. Thank you both of you for being on the show. Dr. Shama, to you first. How do you see the Prime Minister's offhand remark that Shashi Tharoor's presence would give sleepless nights to many? In some ways, is it an indication that probably a lot of promising leaders are not, likely happy with the way the party is being run?
I'm very shocked that you're having a debate on this particular topic. The Prime Minister of India returns all of a sudden from Saudi Arabia because we have had a very, very big terrorist attack on our soil. 27 innocent people have died in that attack in Pahalgam. What does the Prime Minister do? First, he does not address the nation, which all presidents and prime ministers around the world do when such an attack happens. He goes for a rally to Bihar and he addresses from the nation from there. Then his next visit is Vizhinjam port opening in Trivandrum. But where did the attack happen? In Pahalgam in Kashmir. Did he go and meet the injured in Kashmir? Normally, every sane prime minister and president around the world who feels for their people rushes to where the terrorist attack has happened. Did the Prime Minister of India go there? No, he hasn't. Has he met the families of the victims? No, he hasn't. My leader, Rahul Gandhi, has gone to Kashmir. He has met the families of the victims. Here he goes and he starts trolling the Congress party. Look at his audacity is what I'm thinking. Is he shameless that when such an attack has happened, when we should be speaking on how to give a reply to Pakistan, how should we give it back to them for doing this dastardly attack, the Prime Minister of India is having a smirk on his face and trying to insult the Congress party on a podium and on a port which was started by former CM of Kerala, Mr. Ummanchandi. It is him of the Congress party who started this. We acquired the land for this. Unfortunately, we lost the election in 2016. This particular project was born in 2015. Not a word on his name. Nothing about Mr. Ummanchandi, who started the project. How much politics is the Prime Minister going to do? And I want to know, why rush to Trivandrum? Because there is an election next year in Kerala, just like there is an election 6 months down the line in Bihar. The Prime Minister of India is on election mode all the time. He has forgotten those 26 innocent lives who have died in Pahalgam. We had a CWC session today and we spoke about only one thing, Pahalgam. How is
Shama,
that?
many
How we are
points
still
there.
standing with the country.
Right. Anil Anthony, Shama has raised a lot of points, and she also says that it's the BJP that's politicizing the issue, although a lot of security meetings are on. The Prime Minister is in fact talking about Pahalgam in every, event that he attends. Tell me, whatever happened in Kerala
Why hasn't he
today.
gone to Kashmir?
Yes, Anil Anthony, would you like to respond to what Shama has raised?
Thank you.
Why
Thank you
hasn't
for
he gone
having
to
me.
Kashmir?
Thank you for having me on this show. My esteemed Congress spokesperson did raise many points which I would say are completely cut off from realities. I'm very sure that the whole country did see that how the Prime Minister responded immediately after the terror attack. He was in a official visit to Saudi Arabia. From there, he cut it short. He came back. And the first thing he did at the airport itself, what he did is he took stock of the situation where our national security advisor and our external affairs minister were at the airport briefing. And since then, in the last 4 or 5 days, a myriad of meetings have happened, including the cabinet committee of security affairs with the wider cabinet. And the Prime Minister himself has said very clearly that the army will be responding at the right place at the right time. And not just the terrorists, but also the handlers of them this time will not have any escape. And our Home Minister, our Honorable Home Minister, that day itself had visited that place. And he also took stock of the situation. The Army Chief just went there a couple of days back. The Pakistani airspace has been completely shut from yesterday. Strong diplomatic measures as well as very historic measures like the cancellation, annulment of the Indus Valley Treaty has happened. And I'm very sure that the army will respond at the right place at the right time. But the army operations are not something which will be debated nor discussed in public, because that does compromise the operations of the army. But the Indian army will give the strongest possible response. That is a guarantee. Now, after that, we are a country of 1.4 billion people. We are the fastest growing economy in the world, and the governance happened. So the Prime Minister today was in Vizhinjam or in Bihar. All these programs are planned months in advance. He was in Vizhinjam again, where a historic project has been given to the state of Kerala, a 9,000 crore project, which will completely transform the economy of Kerala. And again, my esteemed Congress spokesperson has been claiming the credit of this project. But let's be very honest, their leader Rahul Gandhi, every podium he goes to, the two people he insults and abuses the most, one of them is Mr. Adani. And you had two of their strong India Alliance stalwarts. CPIM is also a party of this India Alliance. You had Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan there at the stage. You had Mr. Shashi Tharoor, the local MP, at the stage. And they were all showing a lot of appreciation for the work the central government has put in Kerala to ensure that these kind of transformational projects happen. And ironically, it is the Congress national leadership, which for the last 10 years have been, making all these allegations against a certain business group. And today, the transformative project in Kerala is also done by this business group, because it is a global icon of Indian industries. It is doing similar projects across the world in other ports in various other parts of the world also.
Okay.
And now such a project has also been executed by the same people. And the Prime Minister
Dr. Sharma, Anil has responded to many of the questions that you're asking. Also, because it's Kerala and you also hail from this state, and this is a place where UDF, LDF both are strong. So I'm not going to question you on, the opposition unity, because it's understandable there. But the optics of today's event, Sharma, there was a certain thing that, Dr. Tharoor was there and Pinarayi Vijayan was there. Politics is so much about optics. Do you see some of this going against you? Because at the end of the day, people are talking about this divided house in Kerala that might impact the party's prospects, although it has really done well in both Lok Sabha elections.
Okay, I just want to respond to one thing. He said the Prime Minister has taken stock. We can't say how we respond. Of course, the army should not tell us how they respond. We have due respect to them. But there's something called empathy, Anil Anthony, where the Prime Minister visits them, visits the ones, the families who are crying, who needs them at this point of time. The Prime Minister of India does not have empathy. And let me tell you, programs can be cancelled when such a dastardly attack has happened on our country. So this shows that the Prime Minister has no empathy. Number two, about Dr. Shashi Tharoor.
Yes.
Dr. Shashi Tharoor is the Member of Parliament from there. He has been invited, and we all know he's been going there. There is also our MLA from their Kovalam MLA called Vincent. He's also has attended. So it is not that the party does not know. There's no divided house. The divided story is made by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Shashi Tharoor is the MP of that place, and Vincent is the MLA. So of course, both of them are there. See, you all only talk about Shashi Tharoor, Dr. Tharoor, but there is also this particular MLA. Why are you not talking about it? Because they want to bring out a political angle to it. There is nothing, no division. We are united. And the other thing which you raised is about Mr. Adani. Nobody is against a particular businessman, and also my leader is not. But it is what he is against is monopoly, and he's clearly said that. You have to give everybody, there are multiple businessmen in this country, and everybody has to be involved in multiple different projects.
Okay. Now, Shama has raised a very important point, and I want to really focus on that. Today's event was actually a very good example of India's federal spirit, isn't it? Because people from different parties, CPM, Congress, BJP, sort of getting together for a project that's good for the people of the state. In an occasion like that, why politicize it is what the Congress party is also asking.
See, our Prime Minister has always encouraged cooperative federalism to the fullest. So this is why, in the current Indian political spectrum, the NDA is governing, it is leading the central government. 21 of the 30 states are also governed by the NDA. But the remaining 9 states also, without any discrimination, the Prime Minister has also always ensured that with our development mantra, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, and Sabka Prayas, we have always ensured that there is no discrimination, and that every state, wherever it is, we will ensure that the best kind of projects that will bring mobility in that state will be sanctioned. And Vizhinjam is a perfect example. For many, many years, this project was not happening. And because the CPM for a while was also trying to block this particular project when the UPA government was during those times. Now, afterward, the UDF governments, LDF governments, they all are now trying to take credit. But finally, it is happening because the NDA government took the initiative and ensured that such a project actually is happening there. It is a transformative project, and it is very welcoming to see that all of them, like Shama mentioned, even a Congress MLA, Congress MP, the local MLAs, MPs, everybody are on the stage, and they are all appreciating our work, our Prime Minister's work, and our party's work.
Let me also get in Anand Kochikudi here. He's an analyst. Anand, you heard both the spokespersons.
I want to ask one question to Anil.
Yes,
Shama. Can I ask one question?
Yes, please.
Anil, why was Mr. Umman Chandi's name not included? And the Prime Minister of India should stop trolling. नींद नहीं होगा अभी कांग्रेस शशि थरूर को देख के किसी को नींद नहीं होगा. I mean, what is that for? He's the Prime Minister of this country. We have respect for him because he's my Prime Minister, as well as Vasudha's Prime Minister, as well as Anil's Prime Minister, as well as the other person sitting here as Anand's Prime Minister.
Okay, Shama, I just feel this is just one offhanded remark in that entire speech of his, and sometimes I agree with you, Shama, that sometimes we also pick on these things because it's nice to debate these things. But if you listen to the entire speech that the Prime Minister has made, which I did as part of research, he has made a lot of points. Anil, would you like to respond to that? The fact that
he can make a lot of points, but he doesn't need to troll, Vasudha. Why do you troll?
Okay. Anil Anthony, why is the Prime Minister trolling the Congress party is what the Congress spokesperson is asking.
Shameful.
There is nothing shameful about it. He was bringing certain realities out to the public, which the public should be aware of. First of all, like I already mentioned before, the CPM for a long time was completely against this project. Now they are ironically trying to take credit for this project. Now the esteemed Congress spokesperson keep on saying that there is a Mr. Umman Chandi who is responsible for the project. But again, he was Chief Minister from 2011 to 16. And in that 5 years, other than a foundation stone, nothing much had happened here. I mean, all the work happened in the last few years, which is implemented by a firm which is heavily criticized by Mr. Rahul Gandhi in every instance. And finally, it is that one firm which actually has executed the project. So the Prime Minister did bring out certain realities in front of the people. And that is, it is good to see all these people on the stage. They are all and they were very appreciative of the work the central government did also. But at the same time, these are the same people who at different points had tried to block the project, had tried to divert the project. They were attacking the firm that was executing the project. And finally, when it is done now, everybody wants credit for the project. But
let me also get in Anand Kochikudi. Thank you so much for waiting. How do you see what happened today? Prime Minister calling Mr. Vijayan a strong pillar of the India bloc, and also, taking a jibe at the Congress party, saying that Mr. Tharoor's presence, Dr. Tharoor's presence, is going to give sleepless nights to many. Do you see this as the Prime Minister taking a dig at the opposition, politicizing an official event, or do you see this as the Prime Minister just reflecting the state of opposition in this country?
Hi, Vasudha. I think it's perfectly legitimate for the Prime Minister to politicize if he chooses to, because he, not just the Prime Minister, but most politicians end up giving political statements when they speak on such an occasion. The Prime Minister is known to take such digs, and he was clearly referring to the Gandhis, most probably Rahul Gandhi himself, when he said that, sleepless nights to some people, he was probably referring to the Gandhis and their well-documented aversion to Adani and, the behind-the-scenes activities leading up to this stage. I only have an issue with something Anil said. He said that only some stones were laid until the current the Chief Minister, Pinarayi Vijayan's first term happened. I would like to say that that's not true. Anil's father, A.K. Antony, was a very important person who was involved in convincing Sonia Gandhi to go ahead with the project and give it to Adani, because Umman Chandi had staked everything, his government on it, just like Dr. Manmohan Singh for the Indo-US nuclear deal. And he just has to ask his father, A.K. Antony, to know the role that he played in making this happen. The agreement was finally signed in September 2015. But and at that time, it was supposed to be completed in 1,000 days. Then Cyclone Oki happened, COVID-19 happened, lots of strikes and, the rehabilitation package not happening. All of those things happened. Protests happened, even last Lok Sabha election. Shashi Tharoor being there is very important. The thing is, the UDF, whatever Shama may say, the UDF was against, the completion of the project during the last Lok Sabha election. Rahul Gandhi, when he came to Thiruvananthapuram along with K.C. Venugopal and V.D. Satish, they tried to, impress upon Rahul Gandhi to speak to the local fisherfolk and, to try and stall.
Okay, I'll take closing remarks quickly from Anil, Anthony and Shama, both of you. Anil, first to you, would you like to respond to these?
See, again, my esteemed spokesperson was talking about history, but finally the most important factor is, yes, a lot of things happened, but he himself was giving the reasons why there were blockages. And the fact of the matter is, in 2015, during Mr. Umman Chandi's time, despite the agreement being signed, no actual work happened on the ground. Everything was stalled because of many reasons, including protest and Uki, etc., etc. So whatever I said is exactly what I stand in, and that is only an agreement existed then. It was because of the efforts that was put by our central government, our Honorable Prime Minister and the central government.
But Anil, let me also tell you this one thing. What happened in Kerala today, political rivals coming together for the sake of something, this is something that's very rare. And I think, the BJP also has to ensure that it, propagates a non-confrontational relationship with non-BJP government, something that we've increasingly seen, from Telangana to Tamil Nadu. But what's happening in Kashmir, what happened in Kerala today should come as an example for everybody is what I think. Shama, last words from you, closing remarks.
See, the land acquisition for this project happened from 2015 to 16. So unless there is land, you couldn't have carried it out. And that was done under the Umman Chandi government. This story, which Anand says about Rahul Gandhi was veered away from that by V.D. Satish and K.C. Venugopal, is a big lie. It never happened. We've always been, since it was a dream of the UDF government under Umman Chandi to continue with this project, we have always shouted from the rooftop about the Vizhinjam port project. So I could not agree with him. And the other thing is, Shashi Tharoor being there is protocol. protocol, the MP of that particular district as well as the MLA of the district will be there. So that's just protocol, and it is a good thing. We are happy that they represented the Congress party and were there. So
no, Shama, I mean, I
protocol.
completely agree that it was protocol, but with everything that has happened with Dr. Tharoor, it clearly can't be protocol alone, but that's a debate for another
You can't
day.
make up, I'm sorry. These are stories. You can keep on talking about the stories. We know what's happening in the BJP. Ask the Prime Minister, Anil, to focus on Pahalgam and reply to Pakistan. And ask him to please visit Kashmir. Dear Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, please visit Kashmir and the victims and the families of the victims.
Okay, thank you all of you for joining me on this broadcast. So was that just a jibe or a sharp dig at the fault lines within the India bloc, with the Prime Minister calling Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan a pillar of the opposition and the Congress firing back? The stage seems to be all set for a showdown, not just about ports, but also at the polls. India bloc promising unity, but is it fraying at the edges with the BJP's relentless electoral machine? But powerful optics like what we saw today are now stronger than ever in Indian politics, and it's clear that BJP continues to dominate nationally despite those setbacks that we saw, especially in Lok Sabha 2024. That seems to be the question here. But remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has formally commissioned India's first deep-sea transshipment port at Vizhinjam in Kerala today. And he has said that this port will boost trade, commerce, and will particularly be beneficial for Kerala's economy. Now, this port is also expected to revamp the face of India's maritime trade. But how is that going to happen? Here's a special report. Vizhinjam International Seaport in Kerala being formally dedicated to the nation by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who said India's first mega transshipment container terminal would propel India into the big league in global maritime trade, enhance logistics efficiency, and reduce reliance on foreign ports.
अभी तक भारत का 75% ट्रांसशिपमेंट भारत के बाहर के पोर्ट पर होता था। इससे देश को बहुत बड़ा रेवेन्यू लॉस होता आया है। ये परिस्थिति अब बदलने जा रही है। अब देश का पैसा देश के काम आएगा।
Replacing foreign ports like Singapore, Colombo and Dubai can save the country up to $220 million in revenue every year, besides eliminating risks to increased costs, logistical inefficiencies and congestion issues. Also, long-term risks to the country's trade competitiveness. Vizhinjam multi-purpose deep-water port, built at a cost of Rs 8,900 crore, was a public-private partnership between the Kerala government, Adani Ports and SEZ.
जब हमारे पोर्ट मिनिस्टर अपना भाषण दे रहे थे तो उन्होंने कहा, अदानी का उल्लेख करते हुए उन्होंने कहा कि हमारी सरकार के पार्टनर एक कम्युनिस्ट गवर्नमेंट का मंत्री बोल रहा है प्राइवेट सेक्टर के लिए कि हमारी सरकार का पार्टनर, ये बदलता हुआ भारत है। प्राइवेट सेक्टर की भागीदारी से इनोवेशन और एफिशिएंसी दोनों को बढ़ावा मिला है।
The Adani Group has announced that they will invest up to 20,000 crores to complete remaining phases of Vizhinjam Port before time by 2028. Adani Ports Managing Director also referred to the increased significance of the new port in the era of tariff fears.
So a lot of challenges, but I must appreciate that the team has been extremely dedicated and strong, and to the commitment. And most importantly, I must thank the government of Kerala as well as people of Trivandrum for supporting the project even during the toughest times.
The strategic advantages of Vizhinjam stem from its proximity to the busiest international shipping route that is 10 nautical miles away, makes it cost and time efficient. Waters of the port, up to a kilometer away, are between 18 and 20 meters deep, making it perfectly suited to allow very large tankers or mother vessels to approach and dock. Just last month, one of the world's largest container ship, MSC Turkey, docked at Vizhinjam Port.
Commissioning of this port marks the dawn of a modern era. The Honorable Prime Minister's presence makes this occasion even more special and brings great joy to all of us. It also makes us optimistic about the bright future of this seaport.
The Prime Minister spoke about this as a multimodal logistic hub into which it is being built, because you have connectivity with road, the NH66, you have rail connectivity just about 12 kilometers away linking to the national rail network, and you have the airport, of course. Trivandrum Airport is very close by.
For NDTV, Uma Sudhir. So after Vizhinjam becomes fully operational, both Kerala and India stand to benefit. With that, it's time for a short break. More news and updates on the other side.